Summary of Number the Stars by Lois Lowry. Anne-Marie Johansson, who is 10 years old, is a joyful, energetic, and active child. Anne-Marie and her family hold on to the fact that they have each other even though the Nazis are occupying Copenhagen, their home city, and making life hard and scary. Food, power, and heat are all limited and rationed. Ellen Rosen, Anne-Marie's next-door neighbor, is her best friend. Ellen comes from a Jewish family, and Anne-Marie and her younger sister Kirsty often spend Friday nights at the Rosens' apartment celebrating the Sabbath. Both of the families are very close and get strength from each other during the hard, tiring job. Things are getting more dangerous, and the Nazis are closing down Jewish businesses in the area. Anne-Marie's parents get a visit from Peter Nielsen, a young resistance fighter. Peter used to be engaged to Lise, Anne-Marie's older sister. Lise recently died in a strange hit-and-run accident. Now, Peter works with a group that tries to make the Nazis who patrol the streets less powerful and stable. Since Anne-Marie's family is just normal, she doesn't think they'll ever have to do the kind of work Peter does. But she has no idea that things are changing quickly in Copenhagen. Mrs. Rosen and Mr. Rosen come to the Johanssons on the day of the Jewish New Year to ask for help. The Nazis have a list of all the Jews in Copenhagen and have started to arrest and round them up so that they can be relocated. Ellen's parents run away and find safety with the resistance. They leave Ellen in the care of the Johanssons, who plan to pretend she is one of their own girls, Lise, in case they need to. That very night, some Nazi officers show up at the Johanssons' door and knock. Ellen always wears a Star of David necklace that Anne-Marie tells her to take off. But Ellen can't open the clasp, so Anne-Marie has to take the necklace off for her. The Nazis wake up Anne-Marie and Ellen from their beds and question them, along with Mama and Papa. They point out that Ellen has dark hair, while the rest of the Johansson family has blonde hair. The real Lise had dark hair as a child, so Papa pulls out a picture of her as a baby from a family book. Mama and Papa tell Anne-Marie and Ellen the next morning that it is not safe for them to go to school. Mama takes the girls and Kirsty on a vacation to the country to see her brother Henrik. Ellen's necklace is stolen, so Anne-Marie hides it away and tells her upset friend that she'll return it one day. The trip to the country is beautiful, but scary, because Nazi soldiers are stationed even in the cute beach town where Uncle Henrik works as a fisherman. Somebody even brings a box with Anne-Marie's great-aunt Bert's body to Uncle Henrik's house. Things are very strange there. Anne-Marie doesn't trust anyone because she knows there is no great-aunt Bert. The strange mood makes her talk to Henrik about it, and he admits that the wake is a trick. He doesn't say much else though, because it's easier to be brave if you don't know everything. Many people come to the house that night to sit with the coffin. As the night goes on, Peter Nielsen and Ellen's parents show up, and Anne-Marie learns that all of the mourners are Jews being protected by the resistance. Nazi soldiers show up and ask why so many people have gathered at Henrik's house. They threaten to open the casket and show that the whole thing is a fake, but Mama saves the day by saying that the body inside the coffin may still have typhus. The angry cops leave, and Peter opens the coffin to find blankets and warm clothes inside. He then starts getting the Jews ready for their long trip. Anne-Marie knows for sure that Uncle Henrik is going to use his fishing boat to sneak them across the narrow sea to Sweden. One group goes down to the docks with Peter Nielsen, and soon after, Mama takes Ellen and Mrs. Rosen through the bush to the boat. Ellen and Anne-Marie sadly hug each other and say they'll see each other again someday. Anne-Marie is eager for her mother to come back, so she decides to stay up late to wait for her. But she gets too tired and falls asleep. When she wakes up early in the morning, her mom still hasn't come home. In the yard, she sees her mother lying down near the forest edge. She quickly runs out to help her. The mother is fine, but she broke her ankle when she tripped on her way back from the docks. Anne-Marie and Mama see something on the ground as they help Mama get to the house. Mama knows that the small white box is a key part of the plan to smuggle things, so she tells Anne-Marie to run as fast as she can to the docks with it. Mama tells him that everything could be lost if he doesn't have the package when his ship leaves port. Anne-Marie puts the package, bread, and fruit in a box and heads into the trees, imagining herself as Little Red Riding Hood to calm down. As she gets close to the docks, she does run into a kind of big bad wolf. 2 Nazi soldiers and their big, growling dogs block her way. The Nazi officers make fun of Anne-Marie and tear her basket apart. When they open the package, they see that it only has a small white towel inside, so they let her go. Henrik thanks Anne-Marie for bringing the package to him at the docks, and she is sent back up to the house with the promise that he will be home soon. Henrik comes back that night for dinner. After dinner, he takes Anne-Marie for a walk and tells her the truth. He has been sneaking small groups of Jews out of Denmark and across the sea to Sweden, and the handkerchief is an important part of every mission. It is dipped in a specially made solution that dulls the Nazi officer's dog's sense of smell so that whole boats loads of people hidden below the deck can stay hidden. Henrik tells Anne-Marie that she and Ellen will be together again someday and thanks her for being strong. After 2 years, Anne-Marie is 12 years old, and the war is over. While Anne-Marie's family meets on their balcony to watch the parties going on in Copenhagen, Anne-Marie goes back to her bedroom and opens a box that contains all of Lisa's things, including her wedding dress that she hasn't worn yet. The chain that Ellen wears is tucked into the folds of her skirt. Anne-Marie asks Papa to fix the clasp so she can wear it and keep it safe until Ellen and her family arrive.
About the author. Lois Lowry was born in Honolulu, Hawaii. Her father was an army doctor, and because of his job, the Lowry family had to move around a lot when Lois was a kid. Lois lived with her family in Japan, Brooklyn, and Pennsylvania. After 2 years at Rhode Island's Brown University, Lowry married a U.S. naval officer in 1956. Again, Lowry had to move a lot because of her husband's job. Eventually, she and her family settled down in Maine, where Lowry got her degree in English literature and pursued her interests in photography and writing. Lowry's books for kids are now hits all over the world. The Giver, one of her books for teens, is one of the best books of all time, and Number the Stars won both the Newbery Medal and the National Jewish Book Award. Her Anastasia books, in which middle schooler Anastasia Krupnik goes through a number of daily problems, have caused a lot of debate but are required reading for teens. Lowry lives in Massachusetts.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.